Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're working with pattern number 6946 on friendshipbracelets.net. I did alter it a bit. We changed it up in the middle to go a different direction, so it kind of flips, which I don't know. I mean, if you hold it one way, maybe it's kind of mountainy. If you hold it the other way, it sort of dips like a valley or something. I don't know. There's nothing too crazy special about flipping in the center, except for the fact that it looks very, very deliberate. Just because the way everything balanced out. The weird part about that was, though, as I was working on it, I didn't know where the center was. There was some problems with my software editing stuff. So instead of recording for 30 minutes, I had cut it back to only recording for 20 minutes. So after recording 40 minutes, I was like, I should be past the middle here. Why does it not feel like it? And then I recorded another 20 minutes. And the whole time I'm thinking, this is strange. I never felt like it changed or anything. I didn't understand kind of what happened. And then I kind of took a look at the pattern that I was working from and noticed there was just a couple minutes. Actually, I was so close to the end at that hour mark. But yes, it did take me just over an hour to make this one. And I think it really came down to me just being kind of lost in a daze, wondering like, why did it never feel like it changed directions? That's okay. It turned out cool. And yes, I was following the pattern really, really closely because it did not have any of those kind of instinctive know when things were going to change kind of stuff going on. But there was a fair amount of where, seeing that, this goes down until it hits a color, or this goes back until it hits the edge. That kind of stuff kind of worked out pretty well for me, made it tolerable. There are moments where it didn't make as much sense, where, you had a couple black strings in a row and did I get it right? And, or suddenly change directions when it hits the edge. Yeah, there was a bit of that as well. There was a lot of like, am I doing this right? But yeah, I guess I did because it turned out cool. It's a pretty deep purple and a pretty vibrant pink. So that was kind of cool. Made it for a nice contrast. I know that when I did the pattern, I did it in different colors, like an orange and something. So yeah, when it came time to actually doing it, a little bit more difficult on myself, just having tried to remember which color was supposed to represent which one, because neither of them looked like what was on the pattern. If you're kind of new to it, I would definitely recommend, like, if you have the ability, if you're like designing patterns and stuff, work it out to the color that you're using, unless it's a fade. If it's a fade where it goes from like light to dark or dark to light, whichever, of like the similar color, you may actually find it harder to do it with like the real life thing on your patterns, because sometimes colors are close and it's really hard to look at the pattern and know which one it is. So other than that, like something like this where there's just 3 colors, a background and 2, definitely just kind of make it similar to what you're using. It'll help you out, trust me. Helps out a lot. I'm trying to see where we are on the bracelet. I think, yeah, that purple come down like that. Yeah, we are at the center. So let me just quick shout out to my YouTube members who make all this stuff possible. Yeah, I've said it 100 times or 1,000 times, whatever it is, that these guys help make this channel what it is. And I mean it. It really does. Their support helps me to be able to buy the string and the lighting and all the things that go into making a video happen. So thank you guys so much for that. In fact, one of the things that I have to pay for now is my video software editing stuff has come up for its 1 year renewal. And yeah, that's an expense as well. So I got to pay for that here shortly. 3 days from now. Yeah. So thank you guys for your support. You're making this stuff possible. So thank you. Yeah, I don't know what I would do without my video editing software. Like, honestly, to be able to put the music in the background, to be able to put the subscribe, robot on top, the little things that go into making the videos, the don't get your strings in a bunch at the end. That all is made easier by having a cool editing software to do it with. So I don't know if you guys ever noticed, there's a lot of those. The don't get your string in a bunch. There's more than 50 of them, and each video goes to the next. So like if I used 38 yesterday, then today's 39. It goes in a sequence. And nobody's ever commented, nobody's ever asked the questions why. I just do it. I just think it's funny. So yeah, now you have a little insider thing without ever having to be a member. So kudos for watching this far into the video. So yeah, now at this part of the bracelet, it's mostly going off to the right, which is my preferred knot. So it's probably faster than it was when the things are going on to the left. So just another little observation. There's so many zigzags in here. There's a lot of times where I just decided I wasn't going to zigzag it. When a black string hits another black string, there was no need to it. Same happens if the pink landed on another one. I think that may have balanced out the string usage a lot. But I can't confirm one way or the other. I had no trouble with any of the strings getting too short. But again, there was, 3 different sets of each of the colors going through it. So with them interchanging the way they were, it's possible that that's why I didn't run into any trouble. So, and I don't think anyways that any of them would get used that much more. Like, there's a lot more black used in it, but then there's like twice as many strings that are black. So it's gonna balance out. It's just gonna work out to be fine. It's just a very unusual zigzag. That's really what it comes down to. It goes for a really long one, then a couple of shorter ones, then a really long one again. That part is, I think, what makes it so unusual. It doesn't, like the normal zigzags I do, it's always 5 3 5 3 5 3 all the way through. Like, that's real easy. And then like if you double that, you get the 5 3 arrowhead, where they both come in, and that's just a basic simple arrowhead that everybody knows. If you did this one and doubled it, you would kind of have points where there were like 2 arrowheads like back to back, and then one string just comes in and like isn't really doing anything, or it does only one. Kind of weird. Anyways, end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.